They made an offer. 30 years.
30 years?
It's not unreasonable, Jackie, for 2 murders.
One murder. If you ask me, it was a public service killing. The other one, the kid, everyone knows it was an accident.
No, under the law, that kind of accident is called felony murder. The punishment is life, and you're looking at a double life sentence.
Let's go to trial.
Look, Michael Biggs was a small-time dealer. You want to take out your competition, fine. And maybe, like you say, some idiot on the jury will think you did the public a favor, but Anthony Halpern was an innocent kid. He didn't deserve to get shot in the head, and I don't think the jury...
If I gave you the impression that I had anything to do with those killings, that was a misunderstanding. I am going to trial.
You realize we don't have a strong defense here.
If you were working on this case instead of counting on a plea, maybe you'd figure something out by now.
You want to know what I figured out, Jackie? I figured out that I can't put you on the stand without suborning perjury. I also figured out that with your record, you can expect consecutive life terms with no chance for parole.
We are not gonna lose.
They've got an eyewitness.
Which we don't need to worry about.
What do you mean we don't need to worry about? I interviewed him myself. He's credible.
Bobby, do not worry about the witness.
You're gonna have to tell me what that means, Jackie, because I know you're not gonna harm that witness.
I'm in jail. What could I do?
Listen to me. You're already in more trouble than I think we can handle. You do not want to make things worse by intimidating a witness.
Okay, I understand.
Look at me.
I understand.
Did he threaten him or not?
Well,
We think he kind of did.
What do you mean you think he did?
He said we didn't need to worry about the witness, and I don't think it was a compliment to Bobby's cross-examination skills.
Well, then you need to tell Bay.
What if he meant something totally different? You know, don't worry, the witness is a friend of mine, or I got proof the witness is lying.
Oh, right.
What did you say?
I laid it out. He can't be intimidating witnesses. He said he understood, but whether he really did...
Eleanor,
I couldn't be sure.
then you say nothing. Leaving aside what he meant, what he said is protected by attorney-client privilege. You can't reveal it unless he intends to commit a future crime. And if you're not sure...
We don't need this. You were just on trial for conspiring with a client. If you don't say anything and a witness ends up dead, you could be up against obstruction of justice charges.
You want to wait for some package to explode? If there's any chance this witness is in danger, you have to say something.
Jimmy?
None of us was in the room, Bobby. Only you two.
Let's just lay down the law with him again and then decide.
I told you I understand.
Can you tell me why you even said it? That we don't have to worry about the witness?
Look, back in my shrink days, I bet you didn't know I used to get therapy. Did you know this?
No, you seem so grounded.
My shrink said that when I'm feeling powerless, I act more brave and tough. Now my life's been taken from me here. I'm sitting in a cell all day. My future's in the hands of this eyewitness. I guess I just needed to feel more powerful than him. And so I said that. Does it make sense?
Anthony had just taken me home from school.
He was your boyfriend?
Yes. We were sitting in the car talking. And...
I know this is hard, Lisa. But do you remember where the car was parked?
in front of my building.
Okay. Now, take your time. I want you to tell us what happened.
He was telling me about how he was going to play basketball for BU when he graduated. And then all of a sudden, the windows started breaking.
On which side of the car?
His. He'd been shot.
Where?
In the head. And he just looked at me. He didn't understand what was happening.
Miss Matthews, did you see the person who did this?
No.
Did you see my client at all that afternoon?
I don't think so.
Thank you. No further questions. I'm very sorry for the loss of your friend.
Mr. Bay.
No redirect, Your Honor. The Commonwealth calls Detective Michael McGuire.
The intended victim was Michael Biggs, 23. When I arrived on the scene, his body was on the sidewalk area directly in front of his building.
Were you able to determine from which direction the shooter approached?
Yes. He approached from across the street and opened fire. Stray bullets were lodged in the front of the building and a few in the cars that were parked out front.
Which is where you found the second victim, Anthony Halpern.
Yes. In his car, he had been shot in the back of the head.
And Michael Biggs, why do you consider him the intended victim?
We found him lying face down. He had been shot 6 times, twice in the legs, 3 times in the chest, and once in the head at very close range.
And how do you know that, Detective?
There were stippling burns on his head and neck, indicating that the gun had been fired from a distance of no more than 6 inches. We considered it an execution.
You didn't find a gun at the crime scene, did you?
The murder weapon was never recovered.
A fingerprint on a shell casing to implicate my client?
There were no prints, Mr. Donnell, as you already know.
Michael Biggs was a convicted drug dealer, wasn't he?
Yes, he had a felony record for selling narcotics.
That's a dangerous business, right, Detective?
Ask your client.
Objection. Move to strike.
Sustained. Detective McGuire.
My point, Detective, is that Mr. Biggs was the kind of man who might have a few enemies. Yes or no?
Yes.
After the shooting, did they find my client anywhere in the neighborhood?
No.
In fact, Mr. Cahill wasn't arrested till 3 days later when he voluntarily appeared at the precinct for questioning.
We had already searched his house and his bar. He knew we were looking to make an arrest.
That's exactly my point. This man who supposedly killed 2 people had 3 days to leave the city, the state, the country, and instead he comes walking into your precinct to answer questions.
Yes.
Will I be up there long?
Not on direct. Just say what you saw. When I ask you to identify the man you saw fire the gun, if you see him in the room, point to him.
They may keep you up there on cross for a while.
Why?
Well, you're our whole case, Mr. Ross, and the defense certainly knows that. They're going to try everything they can to tear you apart.
This didn't seem so scary a week ago.
You'll be fine.
Just stick to the truth.
Richard.
We'll see you tomorrow.
He's not in protective custody.
Why should he be?
I just thought for big drug cases, you keep your witnesses in protective custody.
This is a murder case.
Well, I guess if it were me, I'd be keeping an eye on him.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
Yes, you are.
If you're trying to get me rattled, or you're hoping I'm going to go and rattle my witness...
I'm just saying it would be a good idea to protect him.
If you have knowledge that he's in danger...
I don't have any specific knowledge, but my radar says protect your witness.
Bobby.
That's all I'm going to say. Their eyewitnesses are up next. Once he's done, the Commonwealth should rest.
They're guarding his house.
Excuse me?
The witness. Cops put a guard on his house. Now, why the hell would they do that?
It's a murder trial, Jackie. I'm sure that's routine.
No, I don't think so. If this were federal, maybe, but state, no. They don't protect a witness unless they think he's in danger.
And how would you know that?
You don't find it interesting? You and I have a conversation about the witness, and the very next day there's a cop at his house?
He's the only witness to a double murder. With your record, Richard Bay is a smart guy. He doesn't need me to know his witness should be protected.
That's not exactly a denial, Bobby.
As long as we're into accusations, how do you even know there was a guard on that house? Did you send somebody out there?
No, I did not. But just so we have an understanding, if I were ever to find out that my lawyer had been talking to the cops about certain conversations he and I had in private, I would consider that an act of disloyalty.
You want me off this case, no problem. Let you and me go see the judge, and you can explain all about how I prevented your people from taking out a witness.
I never said I was going to take him out. Did I ever say that?
Look, let's just stop with the antagonism and focus on the case, which I remind you, doesn't look so good.
What if I have an alibi?
What are you talking about?
This guy I work with at the bar. I was working with him when this whole thing happened.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You can't just offer alibi evidence in the middle of a trial. There's a procedure. We need to serve notice weeks in advance.
I'm sure you can figure that out.
And what is this sudden alibi? I can't offer testimony I know to be false.
I am innocent. Do you get that? And this alibi is legit.
Then why didn't you tell me about it sooner?
All right. Why didn't you tell us about the witness before now, Jackie?
Because there's a warrant out for his arrest in New York. That explanation okay, Counselor?
He's a lying piece
You don't know that.
You think he has an alibi?
No, but if he says he does, it's his defense. Bobby, he's looking at double life. If he wants to call an alibi witness, then that's what we do. We interview the guy, and we try and put him on the stand.
If the judge will even let us.
They come up with this now in the middle of a trial?
I just found out about it myself.
Oh, Bobby.
It's true.
There's an alibi witness, and your client just tells you now?
Yes, there's an outstanding warrant for the guy's arrest, and he didn't want to come forward.
Oh, come on.
I've had no opportunity to see if his story checks out, no opportunity to run his record.
You can't deny my client the right to put on a defense.
Courts have upheld the exclusion of defense witnesses. Whether Mr. Donald believes it or not, we are entitled to a fair trial, too.
We wouldn't oppose a continuance to give Mr. Bay time to investigate.
I'm sure you wouldn't. But I am not going to delay things and inconvenience the jury because you violated discovery rules.
There's another option. Let him voir dire the witness outside the presence of a jury. Let him get all the discovery he needs now.
That seems reasonable.
It's a good thing. That way we can see if our little witness holds up.
Satisfactory, Mr. Bay.
Well,
We reserve the right to argue for exclusion if anything that comes up requires further investigation.
Fine. Mr. Donald, bring in your new witness.
They get to check him out first.
Yes.
Well, how does that happen? They get a free bite?
It happens when you suddenly announce you have an alibi after the trial has started. The judge is allowing them some discovery.
What about a new offer? I mean, just the fact this witness exists. Hasn't the DA got a new offer? He can't be so cocky now.
I don't think you fully grasp this particular DA, Jackie. Richard Bay, in addition to being good, he is pathologically competitive. He'd want you to get life even if you were innocent.
Which I am.
Oh, right. I forgot.
So what's gonna happen?
The DA gets to question him in a sealed room. No jury. The judge will make a determination as to whether further investigation is called for. If so, we delay the trial. If not, the trial picks up where we left off.
How exactly airtight do you consider your alibi to be?
I was with Mr. Cahill the whole afternoon.
And he never left the bar?
Never out of my sight. I was serving. He was at a table going over the expense books.
Cahill is your boss, is he not?
No, it's my bar.
It's your bar?
Yes, it is. My name is on the liquor license.
But he was doing the books. Is he your accountant?
No, he's an investor.
Oh, he's an investor. What percentage of your bar does he own?
I don't know. Most.
And tell us, who suggested you come here today to testify?
Nobody. I told Mr. Cahill I'd come here and do it.
Did you get in touch with him, or did he call you?
I'm not sure. I think he called me.
From prison? You know all outgoing phone calls from prison are recorded? Mr. Intesso, why didn't you come forward sooner?
I have an outstanding warrant on an assault charge in New York.
So you know by testifying here, you're going to go back to jail?
Yeah.
You'd rather testify and go to jail than say no to Mr. Cahill?
I want to help him. He was with me at the time of the shooting. There's no question. Beyond reasonable doubt.
Okay. You were serving drinks. He was working. Did anybody else see you or the defendant that day?
I don't know. Maybe.
Can you tell us who else was there?
I don't really remember.
You don't. These books the defendant was working on, where are they now?
What?
It's your bar. Surely you know where your own expense books are.
Objection. This isn't a tax case. It's irrelevant.
It's very relevant to this witness's credibility. We move the witness turn over the books the defendant was working on.
I lost the books.
I see. Your Honor, at this time, I withdraw my motion to exclude this witness.
We can't put him up there.
It's still an alibi. They can't prove he's lying, which he isn't.
They wouldn't have to prove he's lying. He looks like it, he sounds like it, he personifies dishonesty. And by putting him up there, we would be helping the prosecution. Trust me.
Why the hell didn't you protect him? You should have been objecting or something. Or...
The questions weren't objectionable, and it was discovery. Look, 30 years is better than life if it's still on the table.
No!
Try to get this. We got no rabbits to pull.
What about your Plan B strategy?
A witness saw you pull the trigger. Plus, this DA, he knows us. And I know him. He's not going to drop the ball. We cannot win this case.
Let me think about it. Can I think about it?
We're not scheduled to go again till tomorrow, so yeah. Take the night.
Look, you think we don't like you, which is true. You think because we don't like you, we are not doing everything we possibly can, which is not true.
Okay.
Hello? Is somebody there?
This is simple. If the case against Jackie Cahill doesn't go away, you will. The only reason you're still alive is because you're still useful. You do not want to win this case. Understand? I'm gonna leave you now. When I do, you're gonna start feeling better, feeling brave. Maybe even call the police. That's why it's important for you to remember what I'm going to say right now. We can always get to you. If we want you dead, you dead. Now stay right here for 5 minutes. and then you can go about living your life. How much of it is left? That's up to you.
Richard, of course you have to report this. Why haven't you already?
If I report it, I let him win. I just can't...
How do you figure that?
He's hoping I'll report it and try to resign from the case. Or he'll try to have me removed. The judge might do it anyway. The trial gets delayed.
First of all, that doesn't have to happen. You could still continue.
Oh, you know Bobby. He won't...
Secondly, your life was threatened. A crime was committed. You're an officer of the court. You have to report it. Come on, do I really need to be telling you that? What?
He said if I told the police, I'd die.
You're scared.
Yes. Helen, even if I did file a report, I didn't even see him. He's disguised his voice. There's no way I could make an ID.
They can dust your garage. Maybe there are tire tracks, witnesses in the neighborhood who saw the car. The police could investigate. Richard, you need to report this. If you won't, I will. All right. I'm gonna call Detective McGuire. We'll start the investigation. We'll put you in protective custody. Someone will be with you around the clock. We'll guard your house.
Helen.
Until the verdict. Now, I'm gonna have to talk to Bobby.
Why?
Because he has to know. Now, the only remaining question. Are you okay to continue with the trial?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And you'll be going for a conviction, right?
Yes.
In his own garage?
Yes, I'm assuming you gave him no indication.
Of course not.
Does he know that knocking off the DA won't do much good? We do have more.
We may have led him to believe that this particular DA was a nemesis. We will set him straight on that.
What an idiot.
So where are we?
Well, Richard's bent on continuing. You know him. Now, you will have a conversation with your client.
Oh, yes.
I am as shocked as you are.
Don't give me that.
Are you that stupid? You think killing the district attorney will actually help you?
I would never hurt anybody, Ms. Frutt. But you know what? Our relationship is so deteriorated here that maybe you two should get off this case. I should find myself new representation.
So you can buy time? Time to execute the witness?
We'd love to get off, Jackie, but the judge will never let that happen, not at this point.
If you told him that your disgust prevents you from doing your best work.
The problem is I do my best work for disgusting clients. We're stuck with each other. The trial is going on. There's plenty more district attorneys where Richard Bay came from, so going after him will get you nothing.
Nothing? No. You underestimate the value of a smile. It's the simple pleasures, counsel.
I heard a series of pops. I don't know how many. They were loud like explosions.
And what happened next, sir?
I looked up through the windshield of my car and I saw the man with the gun walking across the street, firing. Bullets were going everywhere.
This was in daylight?
Middle of the day, yes.
Okay, what happened next?
The man with the gun was shooting at the man lying on the sidewalk. He walked up and shot right at the guy's head.
How far away were you from the man who was shooting?
Maybe 60 feet, no more than that.
Do you see the man who was shooting that day?
Him. That man sitting right there.
Let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant, Jackie Cahill. Nothing further.
What were you doing on that street the day of the shooting?
I work for a courier service. I was delivering a package in the area a little earlier.
You said you heard the sound, then you looked up. What were you doing in your car?
Resting?
Resting? Or sleeping?
I guess maybe I dozed off.
You guess? You don't remember?
Well, I work 2 jobs. I've been up all night. I guess I was sleeping.
So when you heard the popping, it woke you out of a deep sleep?
I don't know how deep.
But coming out of a sleep groggy, it took you some time to focus on what was happening.
Maybe a few moments, but when I saw your client start shooting, it woke me up fast.
What was the entire length of time you observed these events once you woke up?
A few seconds.
A few seconds. Did the shooter ever look directly toward you, or did you only see him from the side?
From the side.
And once you realized what was happening, you were scared?
I guess, yeah.
And you ducked down in your car?
Maybe a little, but I saw him. It was him.
Did Mr. Bay tell you if you got into trouble testifying just to repeat that?
Objection.
Withdraw, nothing further.
Brief redirect, Your Honor.
Proceed.
The windows of your car, they're tinted?
Yeah, it's hard to see in.
So the man shooting, you saw him, but...
But he wouldn't have known I was there.
Objection.
Sustained. Don't tell us what the man knew.
You got a good look at him?
Absolutely.
As you sit here now, are you sure who it was?
Yes, it was the defendant.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. Nothing further.
Nothing further.
The witness may step down. Mr. Bay?
The Commonwealth rests, Your Honor.
Mr. Donnell?
The defense rests.
How do I not testify?
If you want to, you can. I can still make that happen.
But you don't want to do that.
Why?
If you testify, Jackie, all your priors could come in to impeach. And what are you going to say that would actually help you?
I'll say I didn't do it. The witness was wrong.
Look, if you can testify, it's your choice. Right now, we're almost desperate enough to put you up there, and if I could think of the slightest upside, I would. But in my opinion...
Mine too.
It'll just make things worse. Your felony record will serve to bolster that witness.
All right, get me a meeting with Bay.
Why?
I want to reopen a plea bargain discussion.
I'm not sure he'd be open.
Get me the meeting.
We can meet with him.
I want to be there. Get me a meeting with Richard Bay.
He's in the witness room?
Yes. Richard, you've asked me 3 times if he's in the witness room, and you're sweating like a pig.
I'm fine. My life was threatened, Helen. Allow me to perspire a little.
Are you really okay?
I'm fine. Let's go.
All right, we're here. What's this about?
Our client would like to reopen a plea negotiation.
Why? Not feeling very confident, Mr. Cahill?
You're sexy. Anybody ever tell you that? Hmm? I could throw you on this table and have sex with you right now, even with all these people watching. Any interest?
Guard, please handcuff this man to the chair.
Why?
Well, you either frighten me, Mr. Cahill, or you piss me off. It's one or the other.
"40 years.
The deal you offered was 30.
That was before I had to go to trial.
Your case hasn't gotten any better. It's still just one witness who didn't get a great look. Why risk it?
40 years, take it or leave it.
This little prick doesn't even think I'm guilty.
Jackie.
If he really thought I killed 2 people, what does he think I'm gonna do to him if he convicts me? If he's not afraid of that, he must believe I'm innocent.
Keep your mouth shut.
He must think I can't get to him from prison, if I were the killer, that is.
You think you scare us, Mr. Cahill?
You, me, and this table. 5 minutes.
Come on, Helen.
How stupid are you? Saying that in front of him?
I was talking to you, my lawyer.
Threatening the prosecutor? Are you out of your mind? He can still add charges.
Nah, he won't. I know when a guy's scared and he's pissing himself right now. I'll bet his closing is a little subpar.
You actually think he's gonna blow this case because he's afraid of you?
You give these guys too much credit. They only prosecute because they can't find real law jobs. Losing one case doesn't make one difference to them. But if he thinks he'll pay a price for convicting me...
Look at me. Are you going to do something to him if you lose here?
He has to think I will.
Why?
Because it's my only chance.
I'll close.
You can't close. It's my case.
Richard, you're not of the mind.
What do you mean I'm not of the mind?
He's gotten to you. You're rattled.
I am not. I am perfectly...
Look, you're understandably frightened. You seem distracted.
I have prepared my closing, and I'm ready to deliver it. I can't let him intimidate me.
He already has. Richard, you don't have to be the big hero here.
It's not about being a hero, Helen. It's about being me. This is what I am. I'm a DA. I can't... If I start letting defendants scare me, what am I?
I guess you'd be human.
I'm fine. I'm prepared, and I'm ready.
When my client heard that the police wanted to talk to him, he voluntarily went to the precinct. What he expected to find was a police department interested in discovering the truth. Instead, he found frustrated detectives so angry that they couldn't solve 2 high-profile homicides that they were willing to arrest him and hope that the charges would stick. They searched his house, his bar, and they couldn't come up with one shred of physical evidence to connect my client to this crime. No murder weapon, no fingerprints, not on the shell casings recovered at the scene, not on the cars that were parked on the street, nothing to prove that my client has ever owned a gun or even held a gun, let alone used one to commit a double murder. Nothing to prove that he was even in the neighborhood at the time of the shooting. Nothing to suggest that my client even knew Michael Biggs. Mr. Bay has built his entire case on the word of a witness who admits he was sleeping when this happened. A witness who is as unbelievable as he is irresponsible. A witness who should have been doing his job, but instead fell asleep in his car in the middle of the day. He woke up because he heard shots. He was groggy, he struggled to get his bearings, and when he saw it was a shooting, he ducked down. It's human instinct. When you hear gunshots, your first thought is to protect yourself. And Mr. Ross admitted he only saw the shooter from the side, from a distance of 60 feet, through tinted windows, for a total of a few seconds at most. Beyond reasonable doubt? Not even close.
When you become a prosecutor, your supervisors give you one basic piece of advice. Keep it simple. Focus on the facts, forget the distractions. Keep your eye on the truth. Be willing to stand up for what's right, whatever the cost. Mr. Donnell says our case comes down to one witness. Simply put, he's right. If you believe Mr. Ross, you must convict the defendant. And you should believe Mr. Ross, because he had a front row seat for these murders. He was sitting at street level with the best possible view of the shooter. It was day. The lighting couldn't have been better. He saw the defendant, but the defendant couldn't see him. Didn't even know he was there. Which probably saved Mr. Ross's life. Mr. Donnell has the gall to suggest that Mr. Ross was irresponsible for taking a nap. Mr. Ross did the responsible thing by coming forward immediately after the shooting. His description of the shooter matched the defendant perfectly. He had the courage to come into this room, swear to tell the truth, and identify the defendant as the man he saw that day. And no matter how hard Mr. Donnell tried, he couldn't shake that testimony. Mr. Ross is absolutely sure the killer is this man right here. And let me make this simple. 2 men are dead. Mr. Cahill is so brazen, so cold-blooded. He killed him in broad daylight because he thought no one would dare stop him. Nobody would have the guts to come forward, to prosecute him, to look him in the eye and say it. You're a killer. You're a coward. And thanks to the jury, you're about to get what you deserve. Believe Mr. Ross and convict this man. He thinks he's untouchable. Prove to him he's wrong.
You do this long enough, you think you've seen it all.
He actually threatened him in the room.
Right after basically threatening to rape Helen.
And they're not filing charges?
Not so far.
Did it work? Was Bay nervous?
I seem to close okay.
I thought he closed better than usual. When's the last time she ate?
Around 5 o'clock. But she puked most of it on Eugene.
Sorry.
You ready?
All set.
The sitters at home. I actually get to go out to a restaurant tonight.
Donald Dole, etc. Yeah, thank you. Verdict.
Already?
Will the defendant please rise? Madam Foreperson, has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
Commonwealth versus Jackson Cahill. On the first count of murder in the first degree, we find the defendant, Jackson Cahill, guilty. On the second count, murder in the first degree, we find the defendant, Jackson Cahill, guilty.
Officers, take the defendant back into custody. I'll schedule sentencing later. Members of the jury, this completes your service. You are dismissed with the thanks of the court. Adjourned.
Bobby, can you start working on my appeal, please?
Jackie, I think you need to get yourself another lawyer.
I'm fine. I sweat by nature, okay?
Do you want to keep the security?
Should I?
Well, he's got nothing to gain now. Threatening you can't do him any good.
Unless he just gets off on it.
Why don't I get the guards back?
No, I don't want to let him win.
Just keep the security for a week. I'll push them upstairs to pay for it.
No, I'm fine. I really am. I'm right over there.
Where are you?
Up a level.
Are you sure you're okay?
Fine.
Okay. Congratulations, Richard.
Tried a great case.
Thanks.
Call me if you need any company.
Are you leaving?
Yes.
Good.
Not too jumpy. She's 80.
Previously on the practice.
30 years.
It's not unreasonable, Jackie, for 2 murders.
The punishment is life, and you're looking at a double life sentence.
Do you see the man who was shooting that day?
It was the defendant.
Let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant, Jackie Cahill.
This DA, he knows us, and I know him. He is not going to drop the ball.
Richard Bay, in addition to being good, he is pathologically competitive. He'd want you to get life even if you were innocent.
Is somebody there?
This is simple. If the case against Jackie Cahill doesn't go away, you will.
Our client would like to reopen a plea negotiation.
40 years.
The deal you offered was 30.
That was before I had to go to trial.
If he really thought I killed 2 people, what does he think I'm gonna do to him if he convicts me? If he's not afraid of that, he must think I can't get to him from prison.
Are you going to do something to him if you lose here?
He has to think I will.
Why?
Because it's my only chance.
The killer is this man right here. You're a coward. And thanks to the jury, you're about to get what you deserve.
Commonwealth versus Jackson Cahill. We find the defendant, Jackson Cahill, guilty.
Bobby, can you start working on my appeal, please?
Jackie, I think you need to get yourself another lawyer.
Vitals. We got multiple gunshot wounds on the chest. Got no lung sounds on the right. Okay, you have the neck? Okay, roll them out.
I want to see.
Let
me see.
Let's just stay back here. Liz, go ahead and start bagging them. Sal, strip 2 IV. What are you showing on the monitor, Kevin? Sinus tear. Okay, let's go ahead and get him up on the gurney. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay, get a set of vitals before we move. What are you showing, Kevin? He's asystole. You want to call it? Yeah, I got no pulse. I got brain matter. Let's call it. 925.
You okay?
Yeah.
Maybe you should take a second chair. Eleanor, go with her.
I think I should check on Helen. She's
Lindsay can check on Helen.
Well, let
go...
Eugene do it.
I didn't ask Eugene.
Well, I'm asking you to ask
Eleanor.
him. Why can't Eugene
It's
do
a
it?
murder trial, Eleanor.
All right, come on. Eugene can't do murder trials?
No, not this one, no.
Why not?
Because I'm asking you!
I can second chair. I'm free.
Let's go.
I guess I'll be going now.
We cleared the area. Last cell on the left.
Good. Beat it. Mr. Donnell informs me he no longer represents you.
And get me somebody else.
I didn't hear that. Here's the deal, Mr. Cahill. You're gonna tell me who the shooters are.
Oh, really? And what are you gonna offer me for this gesture?
Your life. See, I have a press conference scheduled for 11 o'clock, at which point I'm going to announce that you've agreed to tell us not only who the trigger man was, but also the names of the people you do business with. Then I'm going to have you released into the general prison population, and you will be dead.
Right.
You want to call my bluff?
Hold on. You get me a lawyer first, and then I'll consider things.
Manslaughter.
If we can agree on sentencing.
They must know I'm innocent. If they really thought I killed her like they say, they would never offer manslaughter. Would they?
The offer doesn't reflect what they believe, Wendell. It only goes to how they feel about the case.
Well, I want to reject it.
I am not saying take the offer. But you would be risking a life sentence by going to trial. You understand that?
I want to go to trial.
You did everything you could, Bobby. You warned him. Richard had protection. There was nothing...
I'm going to give you some of my cases, okay, Eugene? I'm going to take some time off, I think.
How long?
Maybe indefinite.
I don't think that would be wise at the moment. Everybody's trying to hold it together. We need your leadership.
You took over before. You did a great job.
There are times when the people here need you. This is one of those times.
I need time to process this, Miss Gamble.
You don't have the time, Mr. Powell. Whoever shot Richard Bay might be fleeing the jurisdiction as we speak, or planning to. Offer's good for 1 hour only.
If there's a deal, I want it on paper with the judge on board.
No time. You've got 1 hour.
This is extortion. You threatened to hang a snitch jacket on my client. That's a death threat.
Mr. Powell, if you're turning down the deal, then get out.
Run it by me again.
First, he gets immunity on Richard Bay's murder.
Which we make no admission he had anything to do with.
Right. He just happens to know who did.
And what about his life sentence?
We'll cut it to 20 years.
And how would you accomplish that when the sentence is statutory?
You bring a motion to vacate the verdict, and I support it.
You think a judge would ever sign off
If
on
he knows the deal was made to capture the killer of a district attorney, yes. You then enter a plea to 2 counts of second degree. We run the sentences concurrently. He's eligible for parole in 20 years.
I'll certainly take it to him.
Take it to him now. And tell him that the general prison population awaits him. I'll draft the plea agreement and see you in an hour.
When I got to the house, she was lying face up next to the pool.
Mrs. Forsley?
Yes. I immediately checked for vital signs, but she was dead.
Was anybody else there?
Mr. Forsley, he was soaking wet.
Did Mr. Forsley say anything to you?
Yes. He stated that he'd just arrived home from work. He discovered his wife lying at the bottom of the pool. He jumped in, pulled her out, tried to revive her, but was unsuccessful.
Officer, at what time did you arrive at the Forsley residence that night?
It was at 9:52 p.m.
And officer, when did the 911 call come in, to your knowledge?
At 9:41.
I was walking my dog when I saw him arrive home.
Saw who, Ms. Mosher?
Wendell. He pulled into his driveway.
Do you know the defendant?
Yes, he's my next-door neighbor.
And you saw him in the car?
I saw him in the car. I saw him get out and walk in the front door.
Are you positive that it was Wendell Forsley?
I'm positive, yes. I was on the other side of the street.
And what time was this?
A little before 8 o'clock. I was impatiently waiting for my dog to have his bowel movement. It was about 3 minutes to 8 because I wanted to get back inside to see Boston Public, which starts at 8.
You testified that you know Wendell.
Yes, we're neighbors.
How well do you know him?
Well, we've lived next to each other for 3 years.
Been to each other's houses?
Many times.
How would you describe him?
Gentle, kind.
In the 3 years you've been living next to him, did you ever hear Wendell and his wife argue?
Never.
Ever see, hear, or witness Wendell become violent in any way?
No.
Ever see him with his wife, Annie?
Oh, many times.
Could you describe that relationship as you observed it?
It seemed very loving. They were both very devoted to each other.
You don't think it was worth crossing her on the time?
She was too positive. 3 minutes and counting to Boston Public waiting for a dog to poop.
Did you check to see if they maybe ran that show late that night?
I checked. They didn't. And we're not disputing the time anyway.
But he told the cop he had just gotten home.
He was in shock. He admits he was wrong about that.
It's kind of a big mistake.
Jimmy, he's innocent. That mistake is the only reason he's on trial.
All of this is conditional. The shooter only. No business associates.
Everybody involved in the shooting, directly, indirectly, or there is no deal.
There's just one guy.
A witness saw a woman driver in the car.
Yeah, that was his mother. She lives with him.
If it turns out anybody else is involved, deal is off.
There's nobody else.
What's his name?
Bruce Manning. He lives at 1412 Columbus Street in the South End.
How you doing?
Okay.
Why are you even working?
I have things to do.
You're giving the eulogy?
One of them. Seems like yesterday we were kids in school, doesn't it? Talking about our dreams. Now you're married, a mom. We've had friends killed. We're not kids anymore, are we?
No.
Did you make a determination, doctor, as to the cause of death?
Asphyxiation caused by drowning.
What led you to make this finding, doctor?
The amount of water we found in her lungs.
And did you make a determination as to whether this drowning was accidental or not?
There was bruising around the victim's neck consistent with her being held underwater. We ruled it a homicide.
Cause of death was drowning?
Correct.
And, Doctor, you mentioned bruises around Mrs. Forsley's neck. Were there any other bruises found on her?
There was a slight contusion on the side of her head.
Any idea how she got that?
The head may have scraped the pool when he was pulling her out.
Could it be possible she hit her head before drowning?
It's possible.
Thank you, Doctor. And is it possible Mrs. Forsley bumped her head, became unconscious, causing her to drown?
With bruises around her neck?
If one were to drag her from a pool by her neck, she could get postmortem bruising, could she not?
Is that what he's saying?
This isn't about what anybody's saying, Doctor. I'm asking you as a coroner. If a drowning victim were pulled from a pool by her neck, Could she suffer post-mortem bruising?
I'll say unlikely.
Unlikely, so possible.
Remotely possible.
Captain.
Miss Gamble, nice to see you again. I'm sorry about Mr. Bay.
Thank you. Listen, I've made a tentative deal with Jackie Cahill. He's given me the name of the shooter. Here's the address now. The problem is there are others in the building, including his mother. According to Mr. Cahill, this man won't hesitate to either take hostages or shoot his way out. My suggestion, you apprehend him outside. He has a nighttime job. Reportedly, he leaves for work around 9 o'clock.
This comes from Cahill.
Yes. Evidently, he carries at all times. He's extremely dangerous as he is volatile, so make sure your men protect themselves.
We'll take him tonight.
Thank you.
I went out to the pool and I saw her. She was just laying face down on the bottom.
And what did you do?
I jumped in to get her. I swam down, I pulled her out. I tried to give her mouth to mouth, but...
When you pulled her out, how did you do that?
I first tried to by the arm, but I couldn't get any leverage. I remember I grabbed her head to pull her upright a little, then tried to get her on my shoulder.
Did you ever grab her neck?
I may have. I can't really remember.
How long did it take for you to pull her out?
Well, I was unsuccessful at first. I had to come up for air. Then I went back down, and I was able to drag her up. It might have been a few minutes.
Do you remember what happened as you pulled her out?
I remember trying to revive her, and when I couldn't, I called 911.
My wife isn't breathing.
Sir, can you tell me your address?
She isn't breathing. She was in the pool.
Where is she now, sir?
She's on the ground. I got her out, but she's not breathing. Oh, she's blue, my God. What?
Is that your voice, Mr. Forsley?
Yes.
Okay. When did you arrive home from work that evening?
Probably somewhere around 8 o'clock.
And when did you discover your wife in the pool?
Closer to 9:30.
So, you had been home for more than an hour.
Yes.
What were you doing between the time you arrived home and the time you discovered your wife?
I was in my den doing bills.
So why did you tell the police you had just gotten home before you discovered your wife?
I don't know. I must have been in shock.
You stuck by your time story at an interrogation later at the police station. Were you in shock then?
Probably.
And when you then found out that you had been seen by Ms. Mosher arriving home at 8, I bet you that gave you a little shock.
Objection.
Sustained.
Was your wife a good swimmer, Mr. Forsley?
Yes.
In fact, she was a competitive swimmer in college, was she not?
She was.
All right, I noticed that your pool is about 20 yards behind the back door of your house. Can you see the bottom of the pool from the back door?
No.
You had to walk up to look, right?
Right.
So, you opened the door, you saw that she was not out there, and you said to yourself, gee, I think I'll check the bottom of the pool.
Objection.
Overruled.
What made you think she might be at the bottom?
She didn't answer, so...
You said you went from your office to the kitchen to the pool, rather than first seeing if she was upstairs in her bedroom, rather than see if she's out in her art studio. You said to yourself, let me check the bottom of the pool?
I don't know why. Maybe I just had a feeling.
What are you doing here?
I just wanted to monitor, make sure no Fourth Amendment rights are violated here.
How did you get past our checkpoints?
I'm a district attorney.
This could be a dangerous area, Miss Gamble. You said so yourself. If he comes out shooting, once you're around,
duck down.
Keep your distance.
Stay back, ma'am.
Bruce! Bruce! Quiet, you not. Place this woman under arrest for felony murder and take her into custody.
Just now?
About an hour ago.
Why were you there?
There's nothing on television, okay, Eleanor? It was either a movie or watch a guy get shot.
You enjoy it, Helen?
It didn't hurt. Mike?
Why didn't you tell me this was going down? The man didn't have a weapon. Do you know that, Helen? It was a cell phone.
It was dark. He made a quick move. From my vantage point, the shooting looked justified.
Well, from mine, it looked like an execution. You tell the police he'll take hostages. You got to take him outside. He'll be armed. He's volatile. He'll shoot. Protect yourselves. Is there any other way this could have gone down, Helen? This was the equivalent of a hit.
I have to take a different legal point of view there, Mike. But you know what? If it gets out on the street, whack a DA, and this is what happens, I can live with that.
There's going to be an investigation.
Tell me where and when I'll show up wearing white.
What's this deal you made with Cahill?
Tomorrow, we put our doctors in. Dr. Winters will testify that she could have drowned, that the bruising is consistent with you pulling her out of the pool by the neck. Dr. Marks will testify that you appeared to be in shock.
They've offered no motive. I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Beck, Mr. Bullock is here.
Now?
He says it's important.
Thanks. This is slightly embarrassing.
You caught the real killer.
You could say that, Jimmy, yeah.
What's going on?
Well, it seems your client has an alias. Why we're just finding this out, I don't know. But this hoarseness you hear in my voice is because I've been screaming.
He has an alias.
Peter Bryant. He was arrested 6 years ago in Indiana for murder, charged with strangling his wife. He was acquitted. I guess at that point, he moved to Boston to make a new life for himself. When he was 14, he strangled an 11-year-old girl and a 9-year-old girl. He was convicted and served time till he was 21. He also used to strangle chickens.
Excuse me?
As a youth, he would trespass onto farms and kill chickens. Hundreds of them.
What's wrong?
There's been a new development.
What?
The DA found out about 3 other murders. Peter.
I was acquitted.
Of the last one, not the first 2.
Those were juvie.
Well, the DA is going to try to introduce them as pattern evidence. There's a motion scheduled tomorrow. We're going to fight it, but...
Is manslaughter still on the table?
No. Want to tell us about the chickens?
You killed him?
Mr. Cahill, I'm afraid I'm not satisfied that you turned over all the people responsible for Mr. Bay's death.
What? I did.
Well, it's unfortunate that I just don't trust you. Accordingly, the deal is off. Your life sentence stands.
Hold on. On what basis do you believe there were others involved?
My gut. Have a nice life, Mr. Cahill.
We have a signed agreement.
I don't believe he lived up to the terms.
We're going right to court.
Excellent. That'll sure put the word out that you turned state's evidence. I guess this is goodbye, Jackie.
You don't think I can hit you from inside?
Jackie?
I was so hoping you'd say that.
Prior bad acts in a criminal case are inadmissible.
Except when they go to pattern, Your Honor.
He was never convicted of the crime.
He was arrested for it, and the 2 prior murders
were juvenile offenses, which means, as a matter of law, they never happened. Juvie is sealed. That means we're talking about 1 prior offense. 1 offense does not amount to a pattern.
The pattern is he kills wives.
Oh, come on.
Look, this man borders on being a serial killer. He's gonna kill again.
Based on what I'm hearing, I'd say it's a guarantee. But juvenile records are sealed. And as for the prior bad acts, I'd be handing him an appeal on a silver platter. It's not coming in.
So we're just gonna pretend for the jury that none of this ever happened?
We're going to finish the case.
Beck, are you all right?
Yeah. I just... With Richard getting killed, the reality of...
The reality of what?
I've been clinging a little to this case. The idea that we fight for the innocent, sometimes too, you know. And Wendell, I needed him to be innocent, you know?
Yeah.
Jimmy, he's gonna kill again.
That's not something to mention in your closing. It's not even something we should think about.
It's not even something we should think about.
Rebecca.
No, what the hell are we doing?
Keep your voice.
Is there even any doubt that he'll kill again?
Rebecca!
This is classic contract law, Your Honor. Ms. Gamble offered a deal. We accepted the terms. She received consideration.
First of all...
I'm not finished. We also have to consider substantive due process. The government must be required to give Mr. Cahill the benefit of what he bargained for. He gave over the shooter, who was shot dead, by the way. For Ms. Gamble to now say, no deal, that is blatant bad faith. This woman was a friend of Richard Bay's. She's been on a mission. The shooter is now dead. Now she's reneging on a signed agreement to get my client, and it should shock the conscience of this court's fundamental notion of fairness.
Miss Gamble?
The deal called for Mr. Cahill to reveal everybody involved in Mr. Bay's death. Because the shooter was fatally wounded, our investigation of Mr. Bay's murder has been severely undermined. As for fundamental notions of fairness, this man put a hit on a DA. He has since threatened to put a hit on me. I find it unbelievable that a man who has violated our laws with such brutality, a man that has murdered and committed acts of depravity, for him now to be seeking the protection of the law, to be exalting arguments of fairness and due process. This classic contract law that Mr. Powell speaks of calls for the parties to act with clean hands. I'd ask the court to consider Mr. Cahill's hands.
And I would ask the court to consider Helen Gamble's. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know how close you two were, and I'm sorry for your loss. And I'm sorry for being an accomplice in his death.
Bobby, you weren't an accomplice.
There's no more denying that, Helen.
You're a defense attorney.
Yeah. Magic words, I guess. To check your conscience at the door. I'm so sorry for your loss.
You okay?
Every medical expert ours and theirs, including the coroner, has admitted that she drowned, that the bruising on the neck could have been post-mortem, that they could have been inflicted by my client's attempts to pull her out of the pool. There is no evidence of any motive. There is no evidence that Wendell Forsley was violent toward his wife or any other person. There is no case here, ladies and gentlemen. Wendell Forsley is only on trial because he seemingly lied about what time he got home that night. But as he told you, as Dr. Winters told you, he went into shock. He wasn't trying to hide anything because Wendell Forsley had nothing to hide.
He told police that he had just gotten home a full hour after he was seen entering the house, and he repeated this lie during an interrogation the next day. It was only when he was told he had been seen going into that house at 8 o'clock that he then changed his story and said, "I was in shock. No sense of time." Good swimmers just don't turn up at the bottom of the pool with such marks around their neck. She was murdered. She was murdered by Wendell Forsley.
All rise. Be seated.
I have reviewed the contract entered into by Miss Gamble and Mr. Cahill. I think Miss Gamble's promises were against public policy, lived up to or not. I also believe they could be technically unenforceable under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 265, Section 1, which states that only the jury shall determine the degree of murder. However, the fact of the matter is, we enforce plea agreements like this every day. And Miss Gamble's deceit, trickery, bad faith, it's also against public policy. Lawyers who appear at my court do not get to take advantage of technicalities and bad faith to get out of deals they regret. I'm therefore honoring the plea agreement. Mr. Cahill's first-degree convictions are set aside. We enter second-degree counts. And pursuant to the agreement, Mr. Cahill shall be eligible for parole in 20 years.
Thank you, Your Honor.
However, this plea agreement is silent on sentencing when it comes to other crimes, such as Mr. Cahill's threat to hit Miss Gamble.
We deny that ever happened.
Yes, it would be nice for you if you got a trial on that, but you don't. For sentencing purposes, I need only find by a preponderance of the evidence that it happened. I make that finding now. To threaten a DA, Mr. Cahill, I'm adding 75 years to each of your 2 counts, sentencing to run consecutively. So you will now be eligible for parole in 150 years. Adjourned.
You think you honored Richard Bay and all this? You think that cowboy up there just ratified you?
Go away.
Richard Bay was a man of integrity. He honored his word. He honored the law.
If you'll excuse me, I have to go to a funeral.
Well, I hope you pay tribute to him there, because neither you nor that judge did here.
I get the feeling you don't really want me to win.
What was your motive, if you don't mind my asking?
I don't know. Maybe power.
Power?
Just like the chickens. I'd be holding this little life in my hands, fully alive, vital, noisy, and with one squeeze. I didn't know I was going to kill Annie. We were kissing. I was caressing her face. And she just seemed so alive. Next thing,
jury's back.
Will the defendant please rise? Madam Foreperson, has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
Commonwealth versus Wendell Forsley on the charge of murder in the first degree. We find the defendant, Wendell Forsley, not guilty. On the charge of murder in the second degree, we find the defendant, Wendell Forsley, not guilty.
The defendant is free to go. Members of the jury, you are dismissed with the court's thanks.
thank you so much. I owe you my life.
You need help, Wendell.
I'd go to a therapist. I really would. The thing is, if they think I'd do it again, they might tell someone and get me locked up. I can control myself. I really think I can. Goodbye.
Richard had the choice of stepping down from a case where the defendant was threatening his life. He said to me, "How can I do that? I'm a district attorney. This is who I am." And that's how he'd want to be remembered. He was a public servant. He leaves a legacy of truth, justice, and integrity behind him. A legacy I've done a lousy job living up to the last few days. A legacy which has become increasingly difficult for everyone in the criminal justice system to live up to as of late. But for Richard, it was easy, because his compass always reminded him he was a public servant. A lot of people he considered his friends disliked him. A lot of them happened to be my best friends, defense attorneys. People who come to work day after day, fighting for the civil rights of those who have murdered, raped, stole. People who knew that by fighting for the guilty, they were ultimately protecting the innocent. Those people have come to doubt themselves in the wake of Richard's death. Richard never doubted you. He respected you enormously, because he knew you too were public servants, and he'd want you to know that. He was scared the night before he was killed. He was afraid that the threat made against him might be carried out. And he said if he should die, Be sure to tell everyone he tried his very best. We all know that, Richard. Lying there is a kind man. A man who saw a crime and tried to stop it. A man who saw victims and tried to console them. A man who more than anything else, was a dedicated public servant.